Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Sophia. I run Jimbari. Our philosophy is that parents are the first teachers or the first influences in a child's life. So we have 4 fathers on the panel, and we want to understand what their influence on their children's lives are. I'm going to start with brief introductions. They're not in any order, but Mr. Bilal Musharraf, he is based out of the US, is Director of Strategic Partnership of Edmodo, a global education network that connects all learners with people and resources needed to reach their full potential. He is the father of a boy and a girl, 11 and 13. We have Mr. Ali Khan. He is the father of 3 girls. He is also the Regional Director of Central Region Beacon House. He has been married 13 years, and both husband and wife are working. We have Mr. Anjum Amin, who is an environmentalist, an expert in the field of wastewater treatment and associated technologies. He is a single father, and his daughter lives with him. We have Mr. Temur Rahman, who is an IT entrepreneur and heading a company called Web Mechanics. He is the proud father to one hyper 6-year-old boy, who is a fan of Ghalib and John Elia. So when we were discussing your panel, when we came up with the topic, working men, harmonizing home and work, the first question the 3 girls I was sitting with asked me, what is a working man? What is a working man? Ali, would you like to start?
I think it's, all men are working men. It's very difficult to think of men as, homemakers or stay-home fathers. So it's a concept, when you have working women, you understand they do a 24/7 job at home, and then they do another job. But with men, it's impossible to think of them as somebody who's, or at least in our society, more so in our society, that they would be stay-homes or parents or dads at all. So it's a difficult. I don't know if there is any definition. You probably just invented a word.
When we talk about a working woman, we typically talk of her in the sense that she has a job. She's going outside the home and she's making a career, but we don't think of her as a working woman when she is at home. Whereas fathers, we assume, when we say men, we assume a certain role, a certain definition. Between your generation and your parents, what is the difference as a father do you feel that you have in your relationship with your children?
So I guess I'll say that even though I had, in my experience, I did see my grandparents, even in my grandparents' generation, both grandparents were working. In my parents' generation, I saw the roles were pretty traditional, my father being a working person and my mother being mostly stay-at-home. And although in my own effort, I thought that I would be, both my wife and I work, that I would be much more, I wouldn't have preconceived notions, but I felt like those roles that, as you pointed out, what is a working man, I thought, that's kind of like, I realized that they were kind of in my mind already defined in my subconscious. And when it came down to how parenthood would be managed or how the household would be managed, I found many preconceived notions tucked away. Farida Khanum ki ghazal hai na कि एक बुत मुझे भी गोशाए दिल में पड़ा मिला. Like it's just like you find that you harbor a lot of preconceived notions.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree. My family was a traditional family. My mother was a stay-home mom, and my father worked. And because we lived abroad, so okay. Can you hear me better now? It's on. Okay. Is it better now? Okay. We lived abroad as well, so most home duties were, well, in fact, all home duties were on my mom. And my dad, although we had a good relationship with him, but it wasn't what I see in today's generation. I'd like to, I mean, I'm not saying my relationship with my children is better than my dad. It was different. The expectations were different. We were different children. Most of us can associate with it that the children of that time were jahan bitha diya baith gaye, jo keh diya wo kar liya, jo khila diya kha liya. Today, children are not like that. You have to convince them on everything, and they have their own thoughts. I mean, I read somewhere in a book that if you let children pick out their clothes, that it develops decision making. So I'm telling my wife this, and my eldest was, I think, 5 then, and she looked at me, she said, who do you think picks their clothes? They do it already themselves. So today, children are different children. You need to engage them. And our times were different. And the traditional roles, because we were brought up on them, it's difficult to completely do away with them or forget about them. They do come into play at times of expectations. Like if the child is unwell, I automatically expect my wife to take a day off. I tried taking it off once. It was a disaster. So the traditional roles still, play a little bit in our heads.
Assalamu alaikum. Actually, our society is going through a transition. When we are having more exposure to media, it is making us consumers. So when consumerism is there, you need, more to spend. You need to have the buying power, and for that matter, both the parents, unfortunately, they have to go out and they have to work, which brings about so many good and bad changes at the same time. Good in a sense that, of course, your living standards, they rise. And then, again, the pillar of, the mothers who used to be the homemakers, who used to groom their kids, and who used to implant those values, the family values and your cultural values in kids, they are no more there, unfortunately. So the times have changed, but I think that I would like to call it a demon. ये जो media आपके सामने आ गया और उन्होंने आपको consumer बना दिया. When you see a dalda ad, believe me, there are 17 dishes in there.
Yeah.
Hardly anyone of us consumes those 17 dishes at a time. This is very unfortunate. So, सोचने की बात ये है कि हमारे targets क्या हैं और हम किस direction में जाना चाह रहे हैं. This is all I have to say about this. Thank you.
आपका सोफ़ी जो सवाल था वो ये था कि उस वक्त के वालिदैन और आज के वालिदैन में फ़र्क क्या है. मैं एक फ़ौजी घराने से मेरा ताल्लुक़ है. मेरे वालिद के वालिद फ़ौज में थे. तो मेरे वालिद जब घर आते थे तो वो बाप तो होते ही थे, लेकिन वो एक मर्द भी होते थे. हमारे यहाँ बाप होना तो बड़ा आसान है, हमारे अंदर का मर्द नहीं मरता ना, एक तो ये बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. तो उन्होंने आना घर, ऐसे मत बैठो, ऐसे मत खड़े हो, ऐसे खाना खाते हैं, वेयर इज़ ए फोक एंड नाइफ, एंड दैट्स हाउ आई वाज ट्रेन्ड. फिर मैं बाप बन गया और मुझे ये समझ में आया कि बाप बनने के लिए ये ज़रूरी है कि आपके अंदर किसी हद तक एक औरत भी बसती हो. और मेरे वालिद ने कभी मुझे हग नहीं किया था. मतलब मुझे याद है मेरे वालिद ने अपनी बेइंतहा मोहब्बत का इजहार तब किया ज़िंदगी में. एक बार मैं इंग्लिस्तान में पढ़ाई कर रहा था तो मेरे वालिद का मुझे फ़ोन आया और बड़ी प्रिसाइज बात होती थी, अंग्रेज़ी में बात करते थे, डांटते भी अंग्रेज़ी में थे. वो ज़्यादा दिल को लगती थी क्योंकि वो समझ में नहीं आता था. तो फ़ोन करना उन्होंने, जेंटलमैन वेयर आर यू, میں نے کہا جی I'm going back from work to home. یار I was, do you have 5 minutes? میں نے کہا جی I do. یار I was looking at this stuffed toy, this puppy dog of yours, and I just thought of you, and I missed you.
Wow.
And he hung up. And I thought کہ یار it took a dog for my father to remember his only son. تو کبھی پیار نہیں کیا انہوں نے، اس طرح سے محبت نہیں کی. پھر میں جب باپ بنا تو مجھے اب میں اپنے بچے کو جب تک دن میں 10 دفعہ اپنے سینے سے نہ لگاؤں اور میں اس کو یہ نہ بتاؤں کہ یار یو نو ورلڈز فائنسٹ بوائے اور تو مجھے بہت پیار ہے، مطلب میں اس کو اتنا پیار کرتا ہوں وہ تنگ آ جاتا ہے میرے سے. یہ میں اس لیے نہیں کر رہا کہ میرے والد نے مجھ سے اس طرح نہیں کیا، لیکن یہ میں اس لیے کر رہا ہوں کیونکہ میری طبیعت ایسی ہے شاید، یا میری وہ براٹ اپ جو میری ہوئی وہ کچھ جو میں نے گیپس آئیڈینٹیفائی کر لیے. مجھے لگتا تھا کہ یار اگر میں ایسے کروں گا تو شاید ہمارا تعلق بہتر ہو جائے گا. ہم اب باپ بیٹے کم ہیں، ہم دوست زیادہ ہیں، اور ہماری وہ ایک اتنی اچھی ایک انڈرسٹینڈنگ ہے کہ اب میرے والد اکثر مجھے کہتے ہیں یار تم دونوں تو بڑے اچھے دوست ہو، یہ تو بڑا اچھا ریلیشن شپ ہے، ویری گڈ، یو ایر گڈ فادر. میں نے کہا جی آئی ایم اے گڈ فادر، آپ کا اپنے بارے میں کیا خیال ہے؟ تو ہماری اس پہ کبھی نوک جھونک ہوتی رہتی ہے، بٹ یہ ڈسکنیکٹ ہے. مجھے لگتا ہے کہ ہمیں ایز فادرز اپنے اندر کسی حد تک تھوڑا سا ایکسپریشن لے کے آنا چاہیے تاکہ بچے بھی اس سے کمفرٹیبل فیل کرتے ہیں، دے فیل سیکیور، دے فیل سیف.
In the earlier generations, we had, if there was a family gathering in in the man's family, for example, as long as the wife went, it was fine because it was automatically understood that the man has to work or the man is tired and it's okay if he doesn't come. But in this generation, in the current generation, there has been a change. And the expectation, I feel, is a bit balanced from the husband and the wife. The parents are expecting their children or their sons to also make an appearance. So how is society changing the expectations from men, from the previous generation to this generation? As fathers, as brothers, as sons, as friends, is there a change? Do you guys feel the pressure at all? Bilal, you can start.
I don't know. I mean, for me, it's because of, I mean, I'm living overseas, so my experience is kind of like how I feel more disconnected from family expectations, you know. So I can speak of what that experience is like, is managing work-life balance. Yeah, so we don't have that regular pressure of like meeting with family.
But what about schools and making appearances at school plays?
Yeah.
In our generation, I don't remember fathers really being there, but
Yeah.
in this generation, we see a lot of fathers attending school functions or.
Yeah, I do. I think I do make an effort to go to the kids' activities. One of the things that a professor of mine had said, and that really stuck with me, that love is not a function of love. Love is a function of sacrifice, and that's kind of counterintuitive. That was at a time where the kids were in their diapers, and so it's important to change the diapers, and it's important to do those things because karte nahi hai, you don't sacrifice for your children, so you don't have that deep-rooted love for them as well. So yeah, taking out time from work to do those things and letting your people at work know that it's a priority for you to do that is something that at least I try to do. And in terms of role models, jab baat ho rahi thi ke from the previous generation, in my case, I felt like my grandfather was very standoffish with his children, with my father. So it was a very standoffish relationship. They wouldn't hug, but my father hugged me a lot. But it wasn't the thing that I feel like doing. Maybe, I mean, one tries to do something more than what one saw, and of course, I'm sure we'll make our own mistakes. Is I want to see my children I want them to see me struggle as well and be vulnerable and try to learn something that I'm not good at alongside them, so that they know that I'm also human. And yeah.
Sorry. Yes, so the expectations are changing, and they are also changing. More so, schools make bigger changes. I think families still understand because most of the family events have older people. They still have those those ideas. School, so for example, for the first year or so, I did not go to any PTMs of my daughter, but then I did go to one, and I enjoyed it so much now that I make a point of. So it's something I experienced, and I realized it was important. We talked about hugs. The only time my dad ever gives me a hug or gave me a hug was when I'm traveling. So when you leave home, and he eats, of course. But at no point I ever felt that I was not loved. I think it's changing. The expectations are changing. In my time, it was important that the father worked really hard, earned enough to send children to a good school, provide, put food on the table, and all those things. Now it's not just about providing. It's about that care and the love. So I do a lot of hugs, and I feel that, and because I have girls, so sometimes they get fed up. The eldest one has invented a back hug. She doesn't want to hug me anymore. She just comes and turns around and lets me do it. The middle one is crazy because I think she's a middle child. She knew that she was going to be a middle child when she was born, so which couldn't be possible, but somehow she did. And so she knows how to snatch love. She comes and does these things. And the youngest one, everybody, chota to sabse pyara wo hota hai. So it's the expectations, society part is also changing, but as we experience, we feel the joy in those things, and that's why we want to do more of them. And I guess we are the one changing the society, a small bit, and then our children will see this and they'll go one step further. That's
Yes,
what I
the
feel.
men are changing the society, of
Yes.
course.
This part of society, I'm sorry, no, this part of society.
Actually, this question is partially answered. Basically, जो मेरा point of view था वो अभी बयान हो गया. उसमें ये मेरे पास तो खैर option नहीं है. Being a single parent, I do not have an option. So अगर किसी family के किसी gathering में जाना है तो I have to be there to mark my presence. And school के अंदर मेरे time के अंदर I did my matriculation उसमें से सर सैयद से माल रोड से. तो हम लोगों के टाइम में तो इतना स्कूल और घर का इतना इंटरेक्शन नहीं होता था, अदर देन दैट कि बेटा फेल हो गया या उसने स्कूल अटेंड नहीं किया या वो बहुत दिन स्कूल नहीं आया तो टीचर बुला के पूछ लेगा पेरेंट को और वहीं पे मुर्गा बना के आपको सीधा कर देंगे और एवरीथिंग विल बी फाइन. लेकिन व्हेन आई सी द मॉडर्न स्कूल्स तो उसमें मेरे ख्याल में इट इज़ नॉट द सोसाइटी विच इज़ चेंजिंग, इट इज़ अस एज इंडिविजुअल्स जो कि उसमें प्लेयर ले रहे हैं. जैसे अभी बात हुई उसमें इंटरेस्ट ले रहे हैं. मेरे अलावा और बहुत सारे फादर्स आए हुए होते हैं. मेरे पास तो जैसे मैंने बोला कि ऑप्शन ही नहीं है, लेकिन पेरेंट्स आए हुए होते हैं और वो उसमें अपने आप को इन्वॉल्व करके अपने बच्चों के साथ एक बेहतर जनरेशन के लिए काम कर रहे हैं मेरे ख्याल में.
मैं हुजूर ये समझता हूँ कि सोसाइटी और शादी दो ऐसी जालिम चीज़ें हैं जो कहीं का नहीं छोड़ती हैं आपको. बहुत शुक्रिया. मुझे ये लगता है कि सोसाइटी को खुश करने की खातिर कहीं हम इतने मसरूफ़ हो जाते हैं कि हम अपनी बाकी ज़िम्मेदारियों से उनसे पर्दा हो जाता है हमारा. तो मेरा तो जो एक ही फोकस है वो ये है कि क्या मैं एक अच्छा बाप बनने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि नहीं कर रहा. उससे सोसाइटी पे क्या फ़र्क पड़ रहा है वो बात की बात है. दूसरी बात ये कि जिस तरह आपने कहा कि जी बेगम कहीं चली जाती हैं और आप चूँकि काम कर रहे हैं तो इट्स वेरी इजी फॉर यू कि वो आपको हर जगह रिप्रेजेंट कर रही है. उसका काम नहीं है. पहले तो ये उसका बड़ा एहसान है कि वो वालिदैन का ख्याल रखती है मेरे. ये उसका फ़र्ज़ तो है नहीं. तो अगर ये एहसान माना जाए तो फिर उसको ये थोड़ी कि आप उसको अब्यूज़ करना शुरू कर दें कि फिर आपका काम है सर भाई मैं तो 9 से 9 काम करता हूँ, तुम जाके मेरी फुफ्फो के यहाँ भी जाओ और तुम अपनी सारी जगहों पे पहुँचो. वो हो नहीं सकेगा. सो वो जैसा मैंने पहले बात की कि हमें अपने अंदर का जो मर्द है वो मारना पड़ेगा किसी हद तक, और फिर हम एक कलेक्टिवली एक अच्छी शायद उस पर सोल्यूशन पे पहुँच सकते हैं कि हमने किस तरह से ज़िंदगी में फ़र्क लेकर आना. दैट्स माय टेक ऑन दिस.
As a working woman, and I have a lot of friends. Majority of my friends are now working. When we sit down and talk about our family life, most of our discussion is about guilt. When we are at work, we are guilty about the home, we are guilty about the children. When we are at home, we are guilty about work. There is constant guilt in our lives. Do men have guilt?
So yeah, I mean, ours is a transitional generation as a Bharati. I really feel that way, and I'm seeing a lot of angst in our generation as a result of it. So I was born in 71. So ours was the first generation that experienced VCRs. So we saw the outside culture coming into our homes. Then we saw satellite television. Then we saw internet. So without realizing, our subconscious absorbed how different societies were living, much more so than the previous generation. But of course, we went through the motions of what was expected at certain times. I remember in my mind that I had 30 saal se pehle shaadi karni hai, or like bacche is umar mein ho jane chahiye, kind of a thing. So one went through those motions, but without realizing that your own expectations of what you wanted from life and as well as your spouse had changed. So those and what causes your happiness to you and your spouse were different. So वो एक बहुत ही process है वो that requires conversation, recalibration, a new equilibrium has to be set. And if one doesn't do it, and in the financial sector you have this term that there's a systemic risk which the entire industry faces, and there is unique risk that is particular to a company. So this is systemic risk, पूरी generation का risk है, which sometimes relationships can take on as unique risk, that ये खाली मेरा और आपका issue है, conflict का. So those have to be resolved through dialogue. If we don't do that, we're passing it on to the next generation to resolve. So I feel like one has to kind of bite the bullet and do it oneself, and that requires patience and perseverance.
So as I said, because we're kind of programmed to be that working man, so it's the guilt is, for me, it's always a little latent guilt. It doesn't happen at work because I get so involved in it, and I guess by programming, the career and the job and the task at hand takes precedence. But if I get home and I see my daughter is not well, or she hasn't been well all day and I haven't called all day, then I feel bad. Partially, more than guilt, there is something, what I would say, I can't define anything other than a fear that I'll be a bad father. And that's a fear in my saner moments which can give me sleepless nights. And it's not that I've modified my behavior, but I'm sure it does play a role in my subconscious. So things which I would like to be very, I may not pay that much attention to, I do try to take out time. As I said, I did once my daughter was unwell, so I did propose that I'll stay at home. And my wife said, you will have to be a mother, can you do that? And I said, yeah, I can do that, not a problem. Except when it was early morning, I started falling asleep, and when she woke me up for the third time, it was very, very difficult. And by 12, when she came home, I said, can I get some sleep? And you take over now. So at that moment, it's whatever the task at hand, that's what we focus on. But later on, we do think. And I guess guilt se zyada fear is what, at the end, कि कुछ सालों बाद पता चलेगा कि I did something wrong. So I try to think about the steps I take. And sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't.
When it comes to guilt, yes and no. Yes, in a manner that my daughter was only 9 months old when I became a single parent anyway. So at that time, I took a night job, Evacuee Trust building ke andar, KPMG mein. And I wanted to make it sure that when my daughter, she wakes up, 5 in the morning, I should be at home. और उसकी आँख खुले तो वो बाप का चेहरा देख ले, और सोने से पहले, because my job used to start at 9 at night, तो उसको मैं सुला के चला जाता था. At that time, my father was alive, and my family was still intact. My mother, my sisters, they were unmarried at that time. So, मिलजुल के गुजारा हो जाता था. Then, as she was rising, बड़ी हो रही थी, उसमें फिर मैं I had a business in that period of time. मैंने अपना business establish कर लिया. चाइना से मैं imports भी कर रहा था. और then my father passed away. और फिर मैं ये देख रहा था कि यार इस वक्त मेरे पास दो रास्ते हैं. एक पैसा कमाने का रास्ता है और दूसरा अपनी बेटी को एक अच्छा ह्यूमन बनाने का रास्ता है. So I opted for the later one. I wrapped up my business और जो मेरा सारा नेटवर्क था उसको मैंने क्लोज डाउन किया और मैं होम बाउंड पेरेंट बन गया. और इन द मीन टाइम आई वॉज गेटिंग फ्रस्ट्रेटेड और मैं सोच रहा था कि मुझे क्या करना चाहिए. तो आई हैड दैट ड्रीम ऑफ डूइंग PhD इन इकनॉमिक्स, जो कि किसी वजह से वो अभी बात हो रही थी कि शादी आपने शायद बात की थी कि वो लाइफ चेंजर होती है समटाइम्स. तो वो ड्रीम रह गया था शादी के चक्कर में. तो आई स्टार्टेड परसुइंग माई ड्रीम एंड नाउ वी आर गेटिंग अलॉन्ग वेरी वेल. और मेरी बेटी 6 years की एज में शी वॉज co-reading with me that Karen Armstrong's book, History of God. तो I think I do not have a guilt. I do not have a guilt in that way.
अच्छा, गिल्ट बड़ा एक स्ट्रॉन्ग लफ्ज़ है वैसे, और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अभी तक तो मुझे ऐसा नहीं महसूस होता. उसकी वजह ये है कि मैं अपने बच्चे के साथ बहुत ज़्यादा कनेक्टेड हूँ मैं. तो हमारी दफ्तर में जब मैं होता हूँ तो हमारी दिन में एक दफ़ा बात ज़रूर होती है. जब वो स्कूल से वापस आते हैं तो किसी ना किसी फॉर्म में हमारी बात हो जाती है. या उनकी दादी का फ़ोन आता है, बेटा इससे बात करो, इस मेरी बात नहीं सुन रहा. या वो मुझे खुद फ़ोन कर लेते हैं, बाबा मेरे लिए आपने लेस की चिप्स लेकर आने. सो वी गेट टू टॉक एवरी डे सम हाउ और दी अदर. दूसरी जो मैंने ज़िंदगी में अपनी एक प्रैक्टिस रिलीजियसली की है पिछले तकरीबन 2-2.5 साल से, कि मैं चाहे कितना ही थका हुआ क्यों नहीं हूँ, नुकसान मैं दफ्तर में करके आया हूँ, मेरा दिन बहुत ख़राब गुजरा है, जो भी है उसका ताल्लुक़ मेरे बच्चे से नहीं है. तो वो तमाम परेशानियाँ जो हैं वो घर से जब मैं दाखिल होता हूँ तो वो बाहर होती हैं. और मैं इब्राहिम जो मेरा बेटा है, हमारा एक स्टडी रूम है, बिला नागा मैं और इब्राहिम रोज़ 1 घंटा हार्ट टू हार्ट फादर एंड सन कॉन्वर्सेशन करते हैं एवरी डे, नो मैटर व्हाट. पेट मेरे सवाल होते हैं, इब्राहिम आपका आज का अच्छा काम क्या था? बाबा आज मैंने अपना सारा लंच ख़त्म किया, वेरी गुड. इब्राहिम आज का गंदा काम किया बाबा आज मैंने मामा की एक भी बात नहीं सुनी, वेरी गुड, ये भी अच्छा है. क्यों स्नब नहीं किया कि ये तुम्हारी हिम्मत कैसे हुई इतनी माँ की बात नहीं सुनने की? और वो मुझसे डर जाएगा, वो मुझसे बात नहीं करेगा. सो ही नोज़ कि अच्छा है मेरा बाप, मैं इससे हर बात कर सकता हूँ. ही इज़ वेरी ऑनेस्ट टू मी. बाबा आज मैंने पानी भी गिरा दिया, आज मैंने वो भी कर दिया, सारे उल्टे काम कर दिए. और सारे का जो मैं प्लस देखता हूँ वो ये है कि हम दोनों इतने कंफर्टेबल हैं, अब हम हर बात कर सकते हैं. तो वो एक दिन मेरे पास है, उन्होंने कहा बाबा वो मुझे एक गर्ल ने लिख के दिया है डियर इब्राहिम. तो डियर का मतलब तो अच्छा लगना होता है. मैंने कहा हाँ होता है. You know, we very frank on those
So,
things.
I say this when ever we have this discussion of guilt. जो आप लोगों की बातें सुन के मुझे अब फिर से फील हो रहा है कि men know how to become fathers also. ना उनको गिल्ट है, उनसे एक्सपेक्टेशंस बड़ी सिंपल है हमारी. उनको सब कुछ करना आता है, उनको काम भी करना आता है, उनको फादर्स भी बनना आता है, उनको ग्रैंड फादर्स भी बनना आता है. ये भी आपसे हम सीखेंगे. ये हमने बहुत बार सुना है while we were growing up and sometimes while raising children also. ये आदमियों का काम नहीं है. ये कौन से काम हैं जो आप लोग नहीं कर सकते?
Thankfully, I mean, I didn't have any such notions when I got married. I was the one who knew how to cook. My wife didn't know how to cook, so I taught her how
There
to
we
cook.
go.
But that was a factor of, there are certain things that are very good actually. जब आप मुल्क से बाहर जाते हैं, you don't have any hired help, so you have to make a choice to یا آپ باہر کھانے کھائیں یا آپ کھانا بنانا سیکھ لیں. تو آپ نے کھانا بنانا سیکھ لیا. اور اس کے بعد یا سو اینڈ دین وین یو ہیو چلڈرن you really have to manage everything from doing laundry to doing dirty dishes and everything, so وہ آپ کو سارے کام کرنے پڑتے ہیں. So I don't think there's anything that is beyond reproach for me.
I think he's just proved that there's nothing men cannot do, which is wonderful, but not all men are equal. I cannot be a mother. It's the first thing when our first daughter, Mariam, was born. We had to, the way early the newborns are. First 2 nights ke baad, the first thing I said to my mother was that I have new respect for you. This is not easy. And I see that every day, and I think it's a miracle. Motherhood is an absolute miracle, and something which no matter how hard men try, they can never get there. I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect or what you're doing. I mean, belittle that, but I'm sure you have you're doing a great job as a mother. But that's what the bar is. The bar is that motherhood, which we cannot touch. We can't even dream of touching that bar.
You have to do your part. اور اس میں اگر آپ 80% پہنچ جائیں 50% پہ رہ جائیں, you have to be honest. You do not have to show it to other people or the rest of the world. You have to be honest with you and your offspring, your kid. اور ٹارگیٹ یہی ہوتا ہے کہ وہ سوسائٹی کا ایک کنڈیوسو ممبر بن جائے, اور آپ اس دنیا میں اور کچھ بھی نہیں, تحفہ کوئی بھی نہیں دے سکتے, اپنی نیکسٹ جنریشن کو ایک اچھا انسان بنا کے دے سکتے ہیں. اور خیر وی کین ایگری ٹو ڈس ایگری کہ وہ بیکاز آئی ڈو آل دا کوکنگ مائی سیلف, آئی کین میک ایسٹرن اینڈ ویسٹرن کوزینس شیف کوالٹی کی. اور when I had a maid at my home who used to wash Anusha's dresses, there were always stains on that dress, اور وہ مجھے اچھا نہیں لگتا تھا because میرے بچپن میں میرے پیرنٹس نے they always made sure کہ اس پہ میرے جو اسکول کا یونیفارم ہے that should be very clean. تو I make it sure کہ میں اس کی لانڈری اب تک خود کرتا ہوں, ٹھیک ہے. اور کیونکہ اس وقت جو میڈس ہیں, آپ سب خواتین اور حضرات سب, آئی ڈونٹ نو خواتین کو زیادہ پتہ ہوئے گا, وہ بڑا ڈومیننٹ ان کا رول ہوتا ہے, اور آپ ان کے پیچھے گھوم نہیں سکتے بینگ اے میل ممبر کہ وہ کوئی چیز نہ اٹھا لیں, یہ نہ کر لیں. گھر میں ہزار چیزیں کھلی پڑی ہوئی ہوتی ہیں. تو میں بڑے اوپن سی باتیں کر رہا ہوں. تو I do all those jobs, اور وہ کوئی بھی چیز جو ہے وہ آپ کو روکتی نہیں. آپ کے نبی نے سارے کام اپنے ہاتھ سے خود کیے ہیں. What is stopping you from doing that?
میرے خیال میں اس میں کوئی برائی ہے بھی نہیں کہ اگر ہم سارے کام مل کے کرتے ہیں, کوئی چھوٹا بڑا تو ہو نہیں جاتا. پرسوں کی ٹھیک ہے, وہ بات اور ہے کہ جب ابراہیم کو اس کی ماں تیار کرتی ہے تو اس کو 5 منٹ لگتے ہیں. پرسوں کی بات ہے جب میں نے اس کو تیار کیا تو مجھے آدھا گھنٹہ لگا, لیکن میں نے کیا. اس میں کوئی مذائقہ نہیں ہے کیونکہ ان کو اسکول جانا تھا, ان کی پیرنٹ ٹیچر میٹنگ تھی, میری بیگم پڑھاتی ہیں, بچہ میرے حوالے تھا, اس نے تیار ہونا تھا, وہ قابو نہیں آ رہا تھا. پھر مجھے پہلے یہ سمجھ نہیں آ رہا تھا کہ قمیص جو بازو پہلے اس کے سر میں, سویٹر جو ہے وہ پہلے سر میں ڈالنا ہے یا پہلے بازو ڈالنے. تو مجھے ان چیزوں کا نہیں پتہ تھا کیونکہ میں نے کبھی فوکس نہیں کیا تھا ان پہ, لیکن اب کیا پھر. تو یہ کوئی اتنی بڑی اس میں بات نہیں ہے, ہمیں مل جل کے کام کرنے چاہیے بیکاز ہم اس بچے کو دنیا میں لے کر آئے ہیں, ہماری ذمہ داریاں ہیں کچھ ایز پیرنٹس. وہی والی بات ہے کہ بس اپنے اندر کا جو باپ ہے نا, باپ موڈ ہر وقت کا, اس کو تھوڑا سا آف کرنا چاہیے.
میں اس میں ایک چیز تھوڑا سا اور کہنا چاہوں گا کہ دیکھیے ورکنگ ویمن, آئی سلیوٹ آل آف دیم, اور لیکن کتنا بڑا گیپ چھوڑ دیا آپ نے اپنے گھر کے اندر, کیونکہ جو ویلیوز آپ نے انڈورس کرنی تھیں اپنے کمنگ جنریشن کے اندر, یو آر ناٹ دیئر. آپ کسی بھی کوئی سبجیکٹ اگر آپ کو مشکل لگتا ہے, کسی کو کیمسٹری مشکل لگتی ہے, کسی کو میری طرح میتھمیٹکس میں کوئی نالائق ہوتا, تو آپ اس کے ساتھ تھوڑا ٹائم گزارتے ہیں تو دوستی ہو ہی جاتی ہے. تو جب دوستی ہو جاتی ہے تو اس میں آپ مارکس بھی لینا شروع کر دیتے ہیں. سملرلی مدر کا جو ٹائم ہے اپنے بچے کے ساتھ وہ پرائم رسپانسبلٹی میرے خیال میں. ونس یو آر ڈن ود دیٹ, اس کے بعد آپ جاب کیجئے, چاند پر جائیے, کوئی نیا میٹل ڈسکور کر لیجئے, کوئی الوائے بنا لیجئے, وہ پھر بعد کی بات ہے. پہلے آپ کی جو رسپانسبلٹی ہے وہ آپ کی اولاد ہے, آپ کا گھر ہے.
I don't know if I mean, that's kind of a slippery slope. I would say کہ یہ majorityism والا جو ہے نا کہ زیادہ تر مرد ایک طرح کے ہوتے ہیں اور زیادہ مرد کیونکہ ایک قسم کا ہے اور عورت ایک قسم کی ہے. آپ ایک مرد اور ایک عورت کو لے لیں, رینڈم سیمپل لے لیں, آپ کہہ نہیں سکتے کہ کیا شاید the female is more analytical than the male given a random selection. So one can't go by majorityism. So one has to have a relationship that is symbiotic. So one has to be open to the possibility. اچھا آپ کو جیسے between my wife and I, my wife is very particular about color coordination, اور مجھے بالکل شوق نہیں ہے رنگوں کا وغیرہ کا, تو ٹھیک ہے آپ کو شوق ہے آپ کر لیجیے. تو over time you kind of come to, and this has been proven, ایک وہ Myers Briggs personality test ہوتا ہے, پتہ نہیں آپ نے کیا ہے کہ نہیں, but over time a couple becomes exact opposite of each other. جب آپ شادی
That's a new one.
یا سو آپ شادی پہ اگر مائرز برگس ٹیسٹ لیں اور پھر آپ لیں 15 سال بعد 20 سال بعد, you will be exact opposites of each other because you become you should become a tag team. Eventually you do because جو شوق آپ کے ہیں وہ they end up like Myers Briggs test. Myers Briggs. جی.
So, can I just add something
Of
here as
course,
well?
please.
So while I agree that providing is mainly a man's job to a family, I think raising children جو ہے وہ ہمارا کام ہے. It's for both parents. And it would be, at least in my case, it would be wrong of me to say that she should do that job first before doing anything else. So I feel that because what she's doing is partially she's taking my responsibility. So let's say it's a 70-30 chal raha hai, so she's taking 20% of my load. It's usually 95%. But I have to be respectful of that as well, and I have to be mindful. And that's another kind, that's guilt we were talking about. That's kind of a guilt I also carry with that. Okay, I don't do enough to share that responsibility, which I guess in a Western society or when you're living abroad, it's easier to, well, it's not easier to do, but it's
Balances
a second
it out,
nature.
yeah.
It works out like that. But for me, it's always a challenge how I can help her out. But at no point I think that raising the children is just her job and I'll just pay the bills.
So
Yeah.
between, there's a notion, mothers discipline and fathers spoil the children. Is that true? When we talk about good cop, bad cop, the mother is usually the bad cop and father gets to be the good cop.
It's true in my case, but I don't know if it's true in general.
Guilty.
Taimur?
Again, I have no option. I have to be the good and bad cop at the same time, which is very, sometimes frustrating for me. Because وہ پھر باپ بیٹی کا ریلیشن شپ ہوتا ہے نا, یہ بیٹی کہتی ہے ابا پتہ ہے آپ کو کہ یہ بیٹیوں کو ایسے نہیں کہتے, کہ بیٹیوں کو انسان بھی تو بنانا ہے یار. تو بات یہ کہ make them a good human being. It doesn't matter you have to be a good cop or a bad cop. It doesn't matter.
میرے ساتھ تو دونوں ہے جی, میں تو کبھی گڈ کاپ ہوں کبھی بیڈ کاپ ہوں. لیکن اس کو یہ پتہ ہے کہ میں اپنے باپ سے بہت یا ہر طریقے کی بات جو ہے وہ ہر طریقے سے نہیں کر سکتا. سو وہ اپنی ماں سے شاید وہ ضد کر سکتا ہے, لیکن وہ میرے ساتھ پھر بھی نہیں کرتا. حالانکہ ہماری دوستی بھی بہت زیادہ ہے, ہم دونوں بات بھی بہت زیادہ کرتے ہیں. اس کے باوجود کچھ لائنز ہیں ڈیفائنڈ ہیں, اس کو پتہ ہے کہ اچھا یار میں اپنے باپ سے ضد نہیں کرنی. مطلب اگر میرے ابا نے ایک دفعہ کہہ دی تو کہہ دیا ٹھیک ہے, کھلونا نہیں ملے گا. چھوٹی سی مثال یہ ہے کہ ہم بازار گئے تو ان کو عادت ہے, لڑکے ہیں تو سپر مین چاہیے, بیٹ مین چاہیے, اس کا کیک بھی چاہیے, وہ ان کو دلوا دیا. پھر پورے گھر میں اڑ رہے تھے یہ ایک دن, اور پھر ان کی ضد ہو گئی ہے کہ ہر 3 دن کے بعد ان کو کھلونا چاہیے تھا. تو میں نے کہا بھیا دیکھو بات سنو, باپ کو ایک انکل پیسے دیتے ہیں ہر فرسٹ کو, اور یہ تو نہیں ہو سکتا کہ ہر 3 دن کے بعد کھلونا ملے. تو ابا کے تھوڑے سے پیسے ہوتے ہیں, کچھ ابا نے دادوں کو دینے ہیں, کچھ ماما کو دینے ہیں, کچھ آپ کے ٹوائز کے لیے ہو جائیں گے. یہ بات اس کے دماغ میں آ گئی. دوسرا میں نے اس کو یہ کہا کہ بھیا جب تمہیں کھلونا چاہیے ہے تو اپنا فیوریٹ کھلونا اٹھاؤ, میرے ساتھ چلو, ہم اسٹریٹ میں کوئی بچہ ہوگا پہلے وہ دیں گے, پھر بازار سے ایک اور لے آئیں گے. ہیں تو سمجھدار اور چالاک بھی بہت ہیں, تو جو ان کو بہت خراب لگتا تھا کھلونا وہ لے آئے. بابا دس از مائی فیوریٹ. میں بھی ان کا باپ ہوں, خیر میں سمجھ گیا جو ان کا فیوریٹ تھا وہی اٹھایا. ہم بازار گئے, ہم نے وہ چیزیں شروع کر دی. دا کانسیپٹ آف گیونگ از ناؤ دیئر. اس کو یہ اندازہ ہے کہ جب تک میں دوں گا نہیں مجھے ملے گا نہیں. تو ایک تو یہ ان کے اندر میں چیز ڈیولپ کر رہا ہوں. یہ اس طرح کی چھوٹی موٹی بس چیزیں ہمیں گڈ کاپ بیڈ کاپ کے چکر میں بس سب کچھ ہو ہی رہا ہے.
So, between fathers and mothers, are there certain things that we teach our children? The responsibility is different. Do mothers teach different values and do fathers teach different values, or we're all doing it together? How does that work for you?
It's like I do feel like because being the father of a son and a daughter, I do feel like I need to be, in certain ways, I need to be the role model for my son, and my wife needs to be the role model for my daughter. I can't, in certain instances, I feel like I can't be the role model for my daughter. I do want him to, I don't, but opposites also kind of apply as well. I want my daughter to see what it's like to be a good husband, good father, and so وہ آپ کرتے ہیں. But yeah, so there is a difference between how you set an example and interact with your kids.
I think it's just a shared responsibility. Whatever your skills are, based on that, you try to teach those values. And it's something which, with me, with 3 daughters, is easy to assume it's my wife's responsibility. But there are some things she would be good at and something I would be. So we try to, as we go along, we work out the best way, how to implement or something, a rule in the house or something. We just talked about the spoiling part, which we said. And partially, I think some of those rules, and that's why I think men become those spoilers, because some rule is being laid and something the mother is trying to do, and we just walked into a situation. We didn't get the background of it. And I've done it enough times to now know not to interfere with that. So it's about those activities which we can do to build that better character, the better member of society. It's about giving. So both parties have to work together to make that happen.
Very well explained. سائیکل کا ایک ٹائر پنکچر ہو جائے تو نہیں چل سکتی, اور both parents, they have to contribute towards the character building of the kids. اور دو مختلف ڈائریکشنز میں نہیں وہ چل سکتے, دو مختلف پوائنٹ آف ویوز کو لے کر نہیں چل سکتے. سو دے ہیو ٹو بی ایٹ کنسنسس فرسٹ, دا پیرنٹس, اینڈ اف دے آر ناٹ ایٹ کنسنسس پھر ایک اسپلٹ پرسنالٹی کو آپ جنریٹ کر رہے ہیں. تو میرے خیال میں دے بوتھ ہیو ٹو ورک ان دا سیم ڈائریکشن, اور دے بوتھ شیئر دیٹ ریسپانسبلٹی ٹو پلے دیئر پارٹ ٹو دا ایکسٹینٹ دے کین.
یہ بات ٹھیک ہے, اور آئی تھنک اب میرا بیٹا ہے وہ مجھے نہیں پتا تھا کہ وہ مجھے بہت دیکھتا ہے, وہ مجھے بہت فالو کرتا ہے. اس چیز کا اندازہ مجھے تب ہوا کہ جب جو میرا کنگھی کرنے کا انداز ہے ان کا ایگزیکٹلی وہی انداز ہے, اور میں ہمیشہ کنگھی کرنے کے بعد اپنا ایک دفعہ کالر ایسے کرتا ہوں, تو یہ ان کی عادت بن گئی ہے. اب وہ مجھے دیکھتے ہیں. دیٹ ریلی ہٹ می ون ڈے, اینڈ آئی تھاٹ کہ یار اگر میں یہ مجھے اس طرح سے دیکھ رہا ہے تو دین آئی ہیو ٹو ورک مائی ٹاک. I can't tell him that, you have to do this and you have to do this, you have to do this. So I have to show him how it is done. تو اب میری کچھ عادتیں ہیں کہ میں کھڑا ہو جاتا ہوں, میری والدہ اگر کمرے میں آئیں, آج بھی لیٹے میں ہیں تو میری والدہ آتی ہیں تو میں کھڑا ہو جاتا ہوں. جیسے بھی وہ کھڑا ہوتا ہوں تو ان کو پتہ ہے کہ بھائی دادوں نے جب آنا ہے تو انہوں نے کھڑے ہونا. اب کوئی بھی بڑا آتا ہے تو کھڑے ہو جاتے ہیں. سو یہ کچھ اچھی چیزیں جو ہیں میں اس کو سکھا رہا ہوں. میں بہت مار بھی کھاتا ہوں کبھی کبھی, میں نہیں سمجھا پاتا, کچھ دفعہ بڑا فرسٹریٹنگ ہو جاتا ہے. بٹ آئی تھنک میری کوشش یہ ہے کہ میرا بچہ جو ہے وہ اپنی ماں اور اپنے باپ دونوں کا بیسٹ لے. مطلب ماں کو میں چاہوں گا کہ ابراہیم اپنی ماں سے کنٹرول سیکھے کہ اس کی ماں کنٹرول کیسے کرتی ہے جیسے وہ مجھے کرتے ہیں. So, یہ اچھی کوالٹی ہے. لیکن دیٹ واز آن لائٹ نوٹ. لیکن اس کی ماں میں بہت کوالٹیز ہیں. صبر جتنا شاید میری بیگم میں ہے, مجھ جیسے آدمی کے ساتھ رہنا آسان نہیں ہے, اس میں بہت صبر ہے. تو اس طرح کی کوالٹیز بچوں کو لینی چاہیے دونوں سے.
Um, when we look at women in a working environment, we have a lot of support from our work where we get a long maternity leave. Sick, my child is sick, I get to go home. What is it that, what sort of advantages do you have from your work environment if you have to run home for a personal emergency, or when you are having children, do you get maternity leave? Should you have maternity leave? I'm sure, Bilal, for you it's different. In the US, I think they have paternity leave.
The US is a very harsh working environment. It doesn't, I mean, maternity leave आपको 3 महीने की कुल मिलती है as a mother. So it was very difficult for my wife to manage. And I got the same, I got 3 months as well. And we both took it.
At the same time, you get it.
Yeah, or you can stagger it as well. But आपको 3 महीने की आप ले सकते हैं maternity and paternity leave. Or then it just depends on your workplace, whether it's more or less flexible. These days I feel I have a good team, so they're, you just have to kind of, like the company my wife is working at, they're very, I feel, they're spread thin, or you can say inconsiderate. They don't give any time off. So she's always spread thin. These days I'm in a phase in my life, I'm able to make more of the kids' commitments than my wife is. But that has not always been the case. So it varies from company to company.
Okay. And in Pakistan, Ali, how do you feel work supports men?
So I'll answer the first part and then the Pakistan part. So I work for a great company that way. Okay, I work for Beacon House. So I'm actually proud of that when it comes to this thing. I think Beacon House is a great place where, having worked in Pakistan for almost a majority of my career, so about 15, 16 years, I feel that Pakistan, overall the corporate sector can be a little ruthless. For example, in our teams, in other organizations, we've had women who are mothers staying late till 8 o'clock for weeks, not days, for weeks. And that's it, a project is there, you're expected to be there. Although I think Pakistanis are still very understanding compared to US, where it's very simply, that's the rule. Over in the corporate sector, it's not so flexible. You're expected, if you want a career, you're expected to be that way. Beacon House is different, and I think it's opened my eyes as well, that you have to be understanding of this. And the best part is that it doesn't make women a bad worker, actually. They make up for it in their own time. So it has never happened that somebody's taken a day off because their child was unwell and the work didn't get done. So I think that's where the strength of women lie as well, a female workforce lies as well, because they are so responsible to that career side as well as their family side. And I think that makes them better workers in many ways.
But how is your work supporting you as a man for these responsibilities?
Again, as in Pakistan, it's easy to take time off, and it's very understanding. In the organization, from a man's point of view, there is no paternity leave. But the expectation, if you took a day off because somebody would understand because your child was unwell. Having said that, when my third daughter was born, the next day I was at a school function, and my wife hasn't forgiven me for that as yet. So that sometimes there are expectations from you too. But overall, I find it that I would have probably liked a bit of paternity leave. But if I wanted it, I could have taken it. And I feel that there is a lot of culture of this late sitting which happens in many organizations. And when having spent about, as I said, 16 years working in Pakistan, I realized some of that comes from that inherent inefficiency which we use. If people want to get home on time, they will get home on time. They will finish their work early. They will make sure that they do that work-life balance. And I have had to tell people in my team, go home. It's 6:30, you shouldn't be here. Why are you here every day? I've even talked to people and say, are you overworked or you're inefficient? Why are you staying back? So as a whole organization, but there are some organizations which just decide to start at 10 o'clock and go on till 7:30, 8 o'clock, which means any father working there would completely miss everything to do with their child. They won't be dropping them in the morning and they won't be putting them to bed. Though the two most important things you could do with your child as an early years from a relationship building point of view. So there are some organizations which may be bad, but I'm kind of proud of my organization that it's very supportive of that.
Yes, I fully agree. It depends upon, it is different from organization to organization. Like I have had the privilege of working for KPMG, then Fauji Foundation, then a few banks as well. So the organizational culture that plays the difference. Say maybe in a bank you won't even call it a paternity leave because they'll make fun out of it. There'll be jokes for centuries. So, for KPMG, I still remember کہ میری بیٹی کبھی بیمار ہوتی تھی تو یا کوئی بھی اس طرح کا گھر میں کوئی مسئلہ ہو گیا. میرے فادر ونس ہی واز ان کوما فار 4-5 days and he was hospitalized. So it was piece of cake to go for leave because if you are if you work honestly for your organization, they care about you. That's it.
ہمارا تو جی اپنا کاروبار ہے تو اس میں آسانی ہے ذرا کہ ہم کبھی بھی نکل سکتے ہیں. لیکن میری بیگم چونکہ پڑھاتی ہیں اور وہ کسی اور کے لیے کام کرتی ہیں تو ان کے اپنے کچھ اوقات ہیں جن پہ ان کو پہنچنا ہے, پھر وہ نکل نہیں پاتی کئی دفعہ. تو مجھے فون کرتے تھے کہ جب ابراہیم کو آپ نے پک کرنا ہے تو پک ہم آپ برنگ ہم ٹو مائی آفس, پھر ہم دونوں پیزا پارٹی بھی کرتے ہیں, بیٹھے کھانا بھی کھا لیتے ہیں, گپیں بھی لگاتے ہیں. سو وہ بڑی آسانی ہے اپنے کام کے اندر. مجھے تو جہاں میں نے پہلے باہر کام کیا یا پاکستان میں کام کیا, ہاں وہاں پہ کبھی کبھی چھٹی ملنا بہت مشکل ہو جاتا ہے. مجھے یاد ہے کہ جب ابراہیم پیدا ہونے والے تھے تو میں کسی ادارے میں کام کرتا تھا جو کہ فوجی ادارہ تھا. تو مجھے ہسپتالوں کے چکر لگانے پڑتے تھے ہفتے میں 2 دفعہ 3 دفعہ. تو ایک دفعہ میرے جو باس تھے فوج کے بریگیڈیئر تھے, انہوں نے مجھے بلایا, کہا کہ بیٹا بات سنو, بچہ تم پیدا کر رہے ہو کہ تمہاری بیگم پیدا کر رہی ہے؟ جی کر تو بیگم رہی ہیں. انہوں نے کہا بیٹا پھر چھٹی نہیں ملے گی کیونکہ یہ طریقہ نہیں ہے کہ آپ ہر ہفتے 3 دن کی چھٹی آپ کو ملنی چاہیے اور یہ ہے وہ ہے. ایونچولی آئی ہیڈ ٹو ریزائن بیکاز مجھ کو چھٹی نہیں مل رہی تھی اور پھر مجھے اپنی بیگم کو وقت دینا تھا بیکاز وہ وقت وہ تھا جب اس کو ضرورت تھی میری کہ میں اس کے ساتھ ہوتا. سو وہ اس طرح کی چیزیں ہیں. یہ
We're going to move on to our question and answer session now, but very quickly because we have a few questions. Can you tell us, all of you, what your best practices for spending time or harmonizing your home are? The 3 things that you make sure you do.
So the 3 things which I do, so I drop them to school, so we talk on the way. That's my time with the kids, although depends how they feel that day. Bedtime is something which I started, that was my responsibility. I think I'm not doing it as much as I'd like to, but there was a time when that was solely my responsibility. And I thought that was great, connect, just reading a book to them and spending that time. In fact, my second daughter got so attached that she wouldn't fall asleep until she was cuddling me. That was, and the third thing is that, a Sunday morning breakfast. So I take them out. When the third one was small, not her, but now I can manage all 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. So Superman. At least I feel like that when I'm there. But only for 2 hours. So I'm not gonna. So we go out on a Sunday morning for breakfast, which is just my time with them, which is
Fantastic. Go ahead.
So yeah, drive in the morning. So like we're like وہ کتاب ہے Love in the Time of Cholera. It's Love in the Time of Electronics. So I'm like trying to think of competing rituals that can displace the intrusive influence of multimedia and electronics in our lives. So one thing is like when we drive, I drop the kids to school because it's on my way to work. No electronics in the car. We must connect with each other, have meaningful conversations in the morning. And then at meals, the same rule. We must have a meal together, no electronics. Let's connect with each other. This is during the work week. And on the weekend, normally there's other commitments, but one thing we do is on Sunday, there's a farmer's market. We tend to go there, we walk, and we have brunch together.
So there are so many things that we do together, but the most significant I would like to state is that 1 hour per day that I put my mobile phone off. And I'm completely with my daughter. We talk our hearts out with each other. और जो भी कुछ दिन में हुआ है या नहीं हुआ या जो कोई प्रॉब्लम है वो भी उसमें डिस्कस हो जाता है. खाना हमने हमेशा ही इकट्ठे खाया है और शॉपिंग्स भी इकट्ठे करते हैं. शी ऑल्सो हेल्प्स मी इन कुकिंग. सो इट इज़ लाइक दैट.
मेरा काम तो जी मेरा काम तो अपने बच्चे को मैं चाहता हूँ कि मैं जिस तरह से मेरी वालदा मुझे कहती हैं कि तुम उसको ख़राब कर रहे हो, तो मेरा फोकस सिर्फ उसको आवारा बनाने पर है टोटल. हम बाप बेटा म्यूज़िक करते हैं, उनका अपना गिटार है, मेरा अपना गिटार है, हम दोनों गाने गाते हैं, हम गज़लें गाते हैं. मैं किस्सा गोई करता हूँ, मैं कहानियाँ सुनाता हूँ उर्दू अदब के लोगों को. तो मेरे बेटे को बहुत शौक़ है इस चीज़ का, और वो फैज़ सुनते हैं मुझसे, वो मंटो सुनते हैं मुझसे, वो गालिब मुझे सुनाते हैं. आह को चाहिए एक उम्र असर होने तक ये सुनाते हैं मुझको, वो गा के भी सुना देते हैं. सो मेरी कोशिश जो है वो इसको सिर्फ आर्ट की तरफ लेके जाने की है कि डांस भी करना चाहता है वो. सो वी डांस टुगेदर, आई डांस एज वेल. हम म्यूज़िक इकट्ठे करते हैं, हम आर्ट इकट्ठे कर रहे हैं, हम स्टोरी टेलिंग इकट्ठे करते हैं. तो ये हमारे 2-3 शौक़ हैं बाप बेटे के, जो कि हम हफ्ते में 3-4-5 दफ़ा ज़रूर करते हैं. 15 मिनट, 10 मिनट, आधा घंटा. That is what we do.
Fantastic. I am quickly going to just go over the questions. We've run out of time. When we talk about home, why are we only talking about your children? What about harmonizing with your better halves? Anjum Saab, only you are excused from this question.
मैं
Beautiful, and you guys are perfect men, but this is not the reality. And unfortunately, all of you are married. So.
अच्छा, मैं तो बेगम को बच्चों में ले रहा था.
What kind of harmonizing do you have with your better half?
We talked a little bit about the role models part. And because I have daughters, so we talked about how men can be role models to their sons. I obviously don't have sons, so I can't be, but I feel I can still be a role model. How I treat their mother is going to stay with them for the rest of their lives. They're going to make their image of the man, or they just based on that. So it is very, very important for me to build a strong relationship with their mother. And so far, I think we're doing okay. Yes, so far.
Inshallah.
Yes.
Best of luck.
So I really believe in a date night. I think you need to kind of maintain a relationship directly with each other, independent of the kids as well. Especially, I remember when the kids were very young, it was very difficult to actually have a direct relationship because your relationship was so consumed by the children. So one tried to the best one could to have one night where you would just go out and have a babysitter. And I remember the first vacation we took, just the two of us, and this was when the kids were like 3 and 5 years old, was a very, very important vacation for us because we hadn't really directly connected in a long time.
मेरा तो जी, मैं तो ये बात बड़ी बरमला कहता हूँ कि मैं आज जहाँ भी हूँ वो अपनी बेगम की वजह से ही हूँ.
आपकी आवाज़ ही मुझे आई.
मैं जहाँ भी हूँ अपनी बेगम की वजह से हूँ. शी इज़ वेरी सपोर्टिव, और मेरे बाप बनने में उसका काफ़ी रोल है ऑब्वियसली. बट आई थिंक ये बहुत ज़रूरी है कि मैं मियाँ बीवी को इकट्ठे वक्त गुजारना चाहिए, और हमारे लिए घर का मकसद सिर्फ औलाद नहीं है ऑब्वियसली. सो येस, वी डू टेक सम टाइम ऑफ. वो बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं होता, शायद महीने में 1 दफ़ा 2 दफ़ा, بٹ وی ڈو گو آؤٹ. ہم اپنے بچوں کو گھر چھوڑ جاتے ہیں اور پھر ہم باہر جاتے ہیں. وی اسپینڈ ٹائم ٹوگیدر.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the conclusion of our panel. Thank you so much for being a part of it. In our society or in any society, men and women obviously play an equal role in raising children, and the value system that we instill in them comes from both parents or whoever the influences in our homes are. And I think that everybody wants the best for their children, be it a man or a woman, and we're all working towards a better society. Thank you.